last week. It was statistically improbable.
I was not tuned in, but let's see if he can bring some of that same luck to this set. He might need it against Syrup.
I believe
Hot
it's
off
time
of
to prove that luck is in fact a skill, and you're gonna need a lot of skill in this matchup.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, Syrup, hot off of a win, beat Tweak at Battle Under the Bridge recently, doing a great job, and already 85 damage off the gate, and a down tilt to boot. He's looking hot right out the gate, too.
You know how most characters, they take their, you get your 50 or 60, whatever. Ooh! Man. Gotta respect that. You're like 50, 60 at the beginning of the stock, and it's like, yeah, that's the X character stock. Like, that's the Palu. The Palu tax. That's the Falco tax. Whatever. I feel like with Steve, you have to take the tax multiple times per stock. And you just have to accept that that's how the game works with Steve.
And sometimes the tax is just your stock.
Like we saw there. He got taxed a little bit too hard for not evading properly in advantage state. Have to be really careful against Steve. That down air, such a powerful reversal option.
Yeah, Syrup already has Diamond on deck, and it was only a minute in. The pressure he has against Marcus right now, that shield is so low as well, and Game & Watch is such a light character. Steve with Diamond can blow you up with almost anything.
Here's an opportunity for Marcus, though. Ooh, great timing. I'm surprised he managed to beat that out. Really good matchup knowledge for Marcus, knowing that that's an option.
Yeah, but no forward smash there. Syrup is trying to sink this sword into the heart of Game & Watch. And no punish on the Elytra. There's not much lag on that. And then back throw here, just get the stage control, keep mining. Syrup has reached the second diamond now. It's really
just... When you see that second diamond come up, it can just be so demoralizing knowing that even though you just got that up smash, that's just a free diamond set of tools. Thank you very much. Now they're brand new. Don't have to worry about them breaking, and I'm just going to mine out a third one.
Yeah, but let's see. I mean, Marcus, after getting a little rolled on that first stock, has definitely figured out the pace of the game a little bit here. He's done a pretty good well for himself. But Syrup,
that was pretty much a 0 to death on the first stock. If you take that out of the game, Marcus is doing just fine.
I totally agree. And even, he lives that minecart. He's at 150, but Game & Watch can do some pretty serious damage. See what he's got, though. An up throw.
Great read from Syrup. Covering the ledge so well there and recognizing Marcus's options. And now Marcus has a pretty big hill to climb. I wonder, maybe we'll start to see some gambling coming out?
We'll see. If he gets those setups for the 9s, you best believe he's going to throw them out. We already saw a Judge Hammer in the first stock. But honestly, even though Syrup has a pretty big lead, I think if we stay on the same improvement trajectory Marcus has been on, he actually just has a shot to win the game. It feels like he's been getting better and better as the game has gone on, as every interaction, whether he wins or loses, he's getting the information and he's figuring it out.
Yes, 84%, definitely nothing to sneeze at and make that 103. But at the same time, sometimes Game & Watch can just be impossible to hit. However, as I say that, Syrup finds the way through great block setups, forcing the high recovery, and then just throwing out the back air to close it out.
Yeah, it was a devilish setup there because you want to jump over the anvil, the back air is above it. If you wait for the anvil, it doesn't matter because by the time the anvil hits your shield or whatever, then the Steve back air is done. So you're still in the corner.
Yeah. All right, now this is what we were talking about, the adaptation from Marcus. It looked so good in the second half of that first game, and now we get to see, was that just the game state or is the adaptation real? At 49%, you better start adapting real quick.
Yeah, but it is only 49 in game. Okay, never mind. I cast a curse to it. I was gonna say less percent, but now it's just like it was last game. But great back airs here. Let's see if Marcus can keep up these positional advantages.
Yeah, usually I feel like this first stock is the key one in the Steve matchup because he doesn't have all those materials. He doesn't have the diamond tools, the gold tools to push that crazy frame advantage on you and the crazy damage and knockback. And if you can't get the early momentum, it just becomes such an uphill battle throughout the rest of the game.
Yeah, Steve with a lead he's so dangerous. But I also, no berry there is actually interesting. I do think though. I also am interested if Marcus, maybe late game, he's gonna save like a reflect on the anvil. I see a lot of characters with the safe reflectors doing that, and Marcus hasn't tried it yet once.
Yeah, maybe that's the mix-up option, trying to get Syrup comfortable punishing with those down airs, which we saw on the first stock of the first game. Clearly very willing to throw out that down air even in this matchup if he thinks it's a good idea. So you get that bait once, that could be a free stock at a really important moment.
Yeah, great pickup off of the chef ledge trap from Marcus, and now he has the lead, and now you're gonna have to see. Okay, ties it right back up immediately. I was gonna say Syrup is gonna have to start running in, but that minecart does it all for you.
Yes, it certainly does. Full screen command grabs are always a well-balanced addition to any game.
To any game, yeah, absolutely. But Marcus
Syrup
has...
using that to great effect here. It's really easy. As much as we talk about, of course, minecart, excuse me, is strong, but it can become really predictable. And as soon as you become predictable in Smash, you die. And Marcus, clearly an adapter, going to punish you for that predictability. But Syrup is doing such a good job of mixing up those timings, mixing up when he jumps out of the minecart, making it so hard to punish.
Yeah, great back air here from Marcus. Let's see if he can get anything going. He wants to keep the Steve in disadvantage for as long as possible. These up airs keeping Syrup away for so long, but that forward smash just breaks right through it. Oh, what a devilish
setup.
I've never seen that one before.
I feel like he was trying to cook something up there that didn't quite finish. Yeah, the block tech, no surprise there. However, dash attack from Marcus. That's the adaptation. All of a sudden, up a stock.
Yeah, and I mean, now that he's up a stock, Syrup is going to have to come to him, and you know what they say, up a stock, you certainly know the vibes. Marcus is now happy to just run away. With punish,
I also
baby.
feel like once you're at this point in the game where Steve has Diamond, like, what's he gonna do? It's his last stock with Diamond. There's no real incentive to stop him from mining more.
Yeah, and Game & Watch definitely, like, there's a lot of characters in the game that don't have the tools to pressure Steve while he's mining. What a great edge guard here. Game & Watch can definitely do that pressure, and, because if Steve can't like sit there and get iron for free, it's pretty tough. And Game & Watch, that back air, you see Marcus using it so well. But a great back throw from Syrup. He is still in this game for sure, and there's a great up air off the top.
Brand new diamond tools for this last stock. Not sure what Syrup was trying to build there. Maybe just defensive to make sure he doesn't get F smashed or dash attack right off rip. But whatever the case, 130 to 55. Absolutely able to come back. We've seen Steve's pull out those Randy F smashes in these moments before, but the predictability finally with the minecart. Marcus was ready for it that time, and all of a sudden, it is an even set.
Yeah, and we talked about it earlier. It wasn't necessarily like a bucket reflect, but letting Syrup get comfortable using these iron moves and then punishing it at the key moment at the end of the game. Bam, you're dead. Yeah. Let's see, we're back to PS2. No, we're on small battlefield here. Interesting counter
I love
pick.
the difference in animations between Marcus and Syrup. Marcus, such an animated player. We see that all the time with him. Like, look how he's mashing right now. So physical. Meanwhile, Syrup looks like his player cam's frozen. Just absolutely stoic.
Yeah, I mean, Marcus puts his body into those inputs, Those forward smashes, man.
Did you see that in top 8 this past weekend at Delfino Mazza?
Oh, I did.
The frozen camera?
Oh, I did, yeah.
Yo, whoever in production zoomed in on the frozen camera after the game was an absolute genius. I laughed so hard at that.
Shout out to production. Let's see if Marcus can pick up this stock. He's doing a really good job of corner pressuring. Great dash attack to catch a roll away from Syrup.
Yeah, lots of down smashes at ledge from Marcus that move so hard to punish. Ooh, almost getting caught out there, though. It's just a great universal option against Syrup, and then you have the time to react to what his habits be. Ooh, okay, Syrup.
That was devilish.
I see you.
Yeah. Oh, and another great minecart to catch the ledge option. Excuse me. But to get up. I'm so confused. It feels like Marcus is gonna do something, and then he just does something a little different. Oh, but an up throw should take the stock here, yeah. And now Syrup, look at all the iron he has. This is really
Marcus is
scary.
just weaving around in disadvantage and offstage so well. So many of these situations, I just kind of expect him to get edge guarded, and somehow knows the matchup well enough to find the ways around Syrup's setups.
Yeah, that looked like almost an Om's attack there with that angle. That was really interesting. But Syrup here, he just catches the roll, and Marcus can
Why
play
does
those
that
disadvantage. He can play that disadvantage as well as he wants. If Syrup just catches those key reads with Steve's kill power, it doesn't really matter.
I can't believe that scooped him on the roll.
Oh, you're
My
dead.
man was so short, and that's going to be it. A 3 stock coming out. After such a good game 2 for Marcus, Syrup just turned it on in that game number 3.
Yeah, and that last stock was a 0.
Yeah. Which you could see there was definitely, well, I was talking about how animated Marcus is as a player. You could see in the player cam when he got scooped by that up smash, there was a little bit of mental damage that went along with it. And I think after that, it can just be so hard to immediately on the next stock, your last stock on winner's side, to calm down, collect yourself, and make the adaptations.
Yeah, honestly, it was a great set, though. I mean, you know, Game & Watch Steve, it always looks a little weird to watch, you know. Maybe not your most traditional Smash characters, but there was definitely a lot of adaptation between these players, regardless.
Yeah, both of these characters, the meta and the anti-meta, coming up more and more in results in this last year, and we can see a lot of why with just how oppressive and safe so many of their tools can feel. And great stuff to both of these players for getting this far and utilizing those tools so well.
Yeah, absolutely, but Syrup will be playing Zomba in Winners Finals, so, you know, your top 2 seeds of the tournament. Shout out to the TOs.
You shout outs to the TOs, they know what they're doing.
Yeah. I'm also certain that Zomba is much happier to see Syrup than Marcus.
Oh, yeah?
You know, matchup-wise, he's
Yeah.
a Steve Slayer. He's definitely trying to avoid every Game & Watch.